5 days in my garden. Throughout this video you will be seeing what I do throughout 5 days when I spend them in the garden.
Go.
Since the pots haven't been used all winter and it's been quite dry these last week or so, the pots are very dry, so I have given them a very long soak, make sure they're wet through, and then adding some new compost on top just to have some more nutrients in the compost. This is very weedy. It just came out as like a brick, so we'll have to completely redo the compost on this pot. Also, we got some tomatoes in the pots. We have 4, 8, 12 tomatoes already done and planted, and it's so hot. I just want to get them in, I just want to get them in, and then they'll just hopefully rocket and get a head start on growing. So I think we'll get a really good tomato harvest this year. If this weather carries on, then we'll definitely have a great warm year. It's the next day, and I'm going to focus this day on being up on the beds, as I've been doing a lot of work down in the pots with the tomatoes and aubergines and cucurbits all coming up around there, sowing and much more. I haven't been doing much with the beds and they've gone quite wild. As you see, this kale here is flowering. This needs to be taken out. It's got nice flowers and everything, but it's just taking away light from my peas and broad beans here. And there's even radish at the bottom. There's also radish to harvest. Some of them are ready to harvest. And there's been kale over there, which has been quite dug up. Spinach, which is bolting. Not spinach, sorry, but beetroot, which is bolting. And so I also need to replant that kale. So there's quite a lot to do, but let's start off with doing something. So I've picked the kale I've taken the kale out and I've picked the leaves on it, which are going to be good for eating. And I've got lunch now, so I'm just going to go prep some kale, cook some kale for lunch as well. And I think I might be able to get in the garden later today, but I'll see. I'll probably see you tomorrow. So it is day 3 and we are planting more tomatoes, surprise, surprise. We need to plant some peppers, aubergines, we haven't got any peppers, chilies and aubergines soon, pot up courgettes, and I need to do some work up on the beds as well. But we just got to get these tomatoes in. So I've just filmed a video about doing tomatoes, and yeah, let's just get these tomatoes right in. So just checking if the bed needs a water, and yeah, I think it does, it's quite dry. But the kale will have to wait. I've got much more important jobs. The kale can go over the summer, just bulk maybe a bit quicker. But we've got to take out these beets over here and harvest the radish. There's just some radish everywhere which needs harvesting. I think there's some over here. Yeah, see, here's a radish. This is the first radish of the year, guys. Pull it up. Oh yeah, that's a really good one. Okay, it's the first radish done. And you just gotta get some radish, pull out. There's more beetroot over there which is bolting. They're overwintered because I was trying to get a harvest in autumn, but it didn't come, so I was trying to see if it can make a root anyway. But anyway, got the peas which has been tied up, which are here. They should start flowering soon. The broad beans, they're looking good. They're flowering, and I kind of put the peas here as well, pointing with a radish, because why not? I kind of put the broad beans and peas next to each other, because the broad beans will flower, the peas will flower next while the broad beans are cropping, and then it just look really nice, that little area, and they're all just part of the same family, so it's nice. Yeah, check if there's more radish, and I'll get back to you. Oh no, if I harvested this beetroot before, if I harvested this beetroot before it bolted, I didn't check it before it bolted, then it would have been nice. It bolted now, so it won't taste very good. But anyway, I'll get back to you when we're doing more tomatoes probably. So it is day 4. I've taken out the beetroot, as you see over there and over there. And how I find the jobs I need to do, I just walk around the garden and just see what needs to be done. The coriander can have a harvest soon, and we have lettuce which can have a harvest soon. The jobs that need to be done today, I think those are leeks there, So maybe harvest some of those, maybe sow some runner beans. Sorry about the noise, but some building work happening. And also put on the cucurbits and probably, you guessed it, plant more tomatoes. So that's probably what I'm going to do today. And yeah, I think there's nothing else. But yeah, that's how I kind of decide what I'm doing. The sweet peas are growing nicely. That one's not doing nicely actually. Yeah, the sweet peas are starting to grow now. Best need breeding. But yeah, I'm going to start getting on with, let's harvest the leeks. So the leeks are out. Going to get in the runner beans, going to sow them in some Containerwise trays. Link in the description for Containerwise. And yeah, and then we'll pull out the courgettes. And then we've also got chilies and aubergines as well to put in the pots over here, and tomatoes. So we've got them in here, and we'll be planting them. Yeah, so far we've only got tomatoes, but we have a lot more pots to fill up with compost and plant them in. So yeah, I'll see how much we have to get done today because I'm going over somewhere to see my family. But yeah, the pots are looking really good so far. Filmed some videos with them as well, and I'm going to start doing the runner beans. That kale has still got to be done, but here there's some space, and I think that's a good spot for courgettes here. So I might plant some courgettes here. I've just finished putting up the courgettes. I hope you enjoyed that little time lapse. There's always compost on the paths, which is annoying. It's always in clumps because it's dry. So I'll put that back on, and now I'm going to plant up some tomatoes, and yeah, I'm going to go over and do that. It is now day 5 and we have got some more jobs to do. Surprise, surprise. And I think today is mainly just going to be down to the pots. Again, we had a couple of these days. I might start picking the lettuce today. That could happen tomorrow, and the kale might happen as well. And we got some exciting news. We have the first basils of the year have arrived. So I'm going to be taking cuttings of these and splitting them so I can plant them everywhere. We can have tons of basil. Probably going to pick some mint. I've got to do that soon. I might do that later this week. Pick some mint, dehydrate it for tea through the winter, as got to have a supply of tea through the winter as well. And yeah, that is probably what I'll do today. And I start off with the basil, as I'm really excited to do this. So I've done one of the pots and I've separated them into three, and I have planted them each in different pots, one here, and one there in between the tomatoes. And I've also taken cuttings, and which are in a glass of water. I think I'll do a how to grow basil video, so make sure to stay tuned for that. Subscribe if you haven't already, guys, so you know when that comes out. And yeah, that is the first pot done, and I think I'm going to do some filming with the second pot. So I might do that. I might have lunch first, but I'm going to do that very soon. So I filmed the start of the basil video, and now I've planted some of the basil. Now let's plant a pot of chilies, so let's do it. And here are the planted chilies. As it's the final day, we've got to get a lot done. So I planted some cucumbers in already. I'm going to plant tons of tomatoes in this trough here. And we just got to get some chilies in as well. And probably sow some leeks. We're a bit late with that. And also I have got to plant in the kale. So yeah, let's do that. I've got the tomatoes in the troughs. And now I'm going to get the basil sorted out and probably do some filming. Probably going to do a how to grow basil video this year. So I'm gonna sort the basil out and stay tuned for that video, guys. Probably come out in a couple of months if it's not out already, if you're watching this later. So let's start filming it. Day 5 has come to an end and we managed to get in cucurbits, plant in some more kale, planting potatoes over there. So it was very successful. Day 5 did a lot, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video, guys. Goodbye and have a good day.